Hey, this is Clefairy29, and let's play Spelunky. This game is a platformer, as you can see, but it's also a roguelike, because everything's randomly generated. It's very difficult, and when you die, you don't retain anything, and you go back to level 1. Very difficult game by platformer standards, but on roguelike standards, not really too difficult because most games only last around 10 minutes and other roguelikes can go on for quite some time. Controls in this game, pretty regular controls. You can run, you can walk, you can jump. The jump doesn't go very high, and that's why you can grab onto ledges and then jump up or down. Nom nom nom. And the whip is actually pretty interesting because you can hit with the back of the whip. It gives much more vertical hitbox and it's nearly instantaneous. The front of the whip is a lot longer and it lasts longer, but it's a bit delayed. It takes them a while to swing the whip. So they both have their uses. Maybe something that you have a lot more time to prepare for. You want to use the front of the whip, like this bat. But if there's just something coming at you out of the blue, maybe turn around, use the back of the whip. It's actually faster to turn around and then use the back than it is to just use the front. Pretty interesting. That's what I like about games you can turn around quickly in, because very tight controls. It's like almost like you're the one who is the person in the game. That sentence barely made sense. That kind of thing happens like in Super Castlevania 4, because you can whip in any direction. It gives you a lot more freedom of movement that I like. But actually no, I don't really like games where it's hard to control, because you have to kind of get used to them and stuff. This is a shop. You can see by the sign it's a gun shop or an armory, because not all of them are guns anyway. There are a whole bunch of different kinds, like bomb shops, or can't really think of any other shops off the top of my head. This one sells weapons and stuff, and interesting thing about the shopkeeper, he sells guns that are fully loaded, and so you can just do this. Of course, now you're wanted, and at the end of every level there's going to be a shopkeeper there, and he's going to try to kill you. But I don't know, might be worth it for the shotgun. Not really. In a regular playthrough I wouldn't do that, but because it's a let's play, I just want to make things more interesting. You think, well, he's just an old man, how is he so powerful? Why do you fear him so? Well, he can instantly pull out his shotgun, and then the shotgun is extremely powerful. Just bullets spread everywhere, it's so fast, and if the shopkeeper uses it, it kills you instantly when he hits you with it. Very difficult trying to maneuver around the shopkeeper. Yeah, now that you're wanted by the shopkeeper, pretty much have no use for gold, because the only way to spend it is the tunnel man and the shopkeeper, and can't really get the tunnel man on your first playthrough. But the shopkeepers, there's actually a way for them to not be angry at you anymore, but it involves going through several levels without killing one. But because they're at the end of the level guarding the exit, it's kind of hard to sneak into the exit without killing them, so you're pretty much wanted forever. But there are a lot of people that go through the game, they just steal something at the beginning and then just sneak into the exit a few times, and then they don't have the shopkeeper on their back for the rest of the game. They're pretty cool. They kinda know a lot about the shopkeeper AI. I don't really know much about it. But he can run really fast and jump really high, like I think it's 5 or 6 blocks, and that's a lot more jumping power than you have. And he also has a shotgun, so you want to avoid them. And you can't really kill them by jumping them or using the whip, because the whip, it doesn't actually hurt them at all, and the jumping only does 1 damage. So you have to use bombs or a shotgun pretty much all the time. The shotgun, you have to hit them with either all the bullets or just shoot them again after you hit them once. And the bombs pretty much always kill them, but if they're only in the explosion for 1 frame, then they actually don't die from the bomb, because they have 20 HP, and the bomb does 10 damage every frame, so if they're only in it for like 1 frame, then they'll be all charred and stuff, but they'll still be alive and after you. It's pretty scary the first time you see it, but that'll also pretty much be the last time you see it, because it's pretty rare for that to happen. You can pick things up by pressing down and attack, and yeah, and then press attack to use the attack, obviously. You can jump on enemies to kill them, and it definitely has its uses, like that frog if it didn't jump away. Oh yeah. Yeah, frogs are actually pretty hard to avoid.